Video series, I'm going to show you how you can set up a drip-fed membership site using all free tools. We're going to use WordPress and a free plugin that's very powerful. It gives you multiple levels of access. And I'm going to show you how you can set the site up to drip feed as well as do a mini continuity site, meaning that your site will only bill for a certain number of months or however you want to set it. These are very popular and are a good way to make some money because you can set the site up and then you don't have to touch it anymore. All you have to do is get people to sign up. The people will sign up for a certain amount of time that you've set up and then their membership is done. This is really appealing because their membership doesn't go on and on forever. So that's what we're going to do in this video series. I'm going to show you how to set up a site just like that. Now, of course, you're going to need to have your own server to upload them to, so a hosting account. You're going to have a domain name so that we can get it all set up. On the next video, we're going to go through the initial setup process. In this video, we're going to go through the process of installing WordPress. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to do it using Fantastico. This is on a cPanel hosting. You'll find Fantastico Deluxe. You'll go into here and you'll set up WordPress. Now, if you don't have this, you can do it using the files, and it's very simple to do. I've also included a video for that. Okay, so you can watch that video if you don't have Fantastico. Alright, so we'll go into Fantastico here. Alright, now then on the left side you'll see WordPress. Click on that. And then what you want to do is click New Installation. Okay, now it's just a simple matter of filling out a few things on this form. And notice your domain is here, and if you have a list of domains on your server, you'll be able to pick through them using this button over here. In here, if you want to install it in a directory, this is where you would do that. You put the name of the directory in there. So let's put membership, or members, let's go with members. So it will be at the domain name / what you put in here. Okay, down here you just have your admin username and the password you want to use. Down here, admin nickname, if you want to have a nickname show on your site, whenever you post, you can put that nickname in here. Your email address, you put that in here, and this will put the email into your WordPress blog. Down here, the site name. And the description. These are also available for update in the WordPress settings, and I'll show you that in a little while. Okay, so once you've filled out everything there, click Install WordPress, and then Finish Installation. Okay, now at that point, you can just click here, and it'll take you to the admin panel. Okay, so at this point, WordPress is installed. In this video, we're going to install the plugins that we need. So to do that, we log in to our blog here, our WordPress install. Go down to plugins, and you can just click on that. This will show you any plugins that are already in here. Now to add more, you just click up here where it says Add New. In the menu, there's also an Add New in there. Now depending on whether you're going to use WordPress as your home page as well, in other words, you're going to have your home page on WordPress as your sales page, or whether you want to have the whole thing protected, is going to determine some of the plugins you're going to want to put in here. And we'll get to that in a minute. But some that you're going to want to put on here right away. Okay, now we're going to need a plugin that executes PHP. PHP is a type of server-side language that we need to use in certain cases, and we're going to need to use it for the plugin if we want to have a micro-continuity website. Okay, so what we're going to put in here is PHP. It's actually exec PHP like that. Search plugins. Okay, let's install this one and activate. Now, like I said, if you're going to use the WordPress homepage as your site homepage, so this will be your sales page for your membership, and your membership is going to be totally run from WordPress, then this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to install some search engine optimization plugins. Now, if you have a sales page on the front end and you're just going to use WordPress to run your membership site, you're not going to want to index by the search engine. So you're not going to put any search engine optimization plugins in it. In this case, I'm going to have a separate sales page. Since I installed this in a subdirectory, I would install in the main directory the sales page. So then following plugins are only going to be added if you're going to use WordPress as your sales page as well. Okay, so we'll go to Add New. And then what we can do is go to Popular here, because we can find most of them here. Okay, and then what we want to do is add in the All-in-One SEO pack. So we install that. Okay, and it wants some setup, but we're going to get back to that. Then we're going to want to install the Google XML sitemap. And activate. You're also going to want to install an email plugin so that you can email your subscribers. So back to Add New. This will allow you to email your subscribers right through the WordPress site. So we're going to go down here and do email users. Okay, so these are we're back to plugins that we want for the whole install. The only two I was referring to that you want to install if you are going to use the sales page on your WordPress blog is the two I just did, the Google XML sitemap and the SEO pack. Okay, you're going to want to install all the rest from now on. So we got email users. We want to install that and activate. We also want to install something called WP hide posts. What it does is it keeps posts from showing in the sidebar. So when you have member pages that you don't want to show on the sidebar, that's what you do, is you use that. So we're going to do WP hide posts. So it's WP hide post. Okay, so we'll install that and activate. Okay, and another one we're going to need is called Headspace. So we type in Headspace. Okay, you'll see Headspace 2 SEO. Install that and activate. Now, another one I like to put on is called Hide WordPress Version. The reason I like to do that is because sometimes people look for older versions of WordPress to try and hack them. So if you hide the version of WordPress so they can't see it, it will deter anybody from trying to hack into your site. So hide WordPress. Okay, so here it is, hide WordPress version. Install that and activate. Okay, so that hides the WordPress version. Now the admin can still see it down here, but it is hidden from anywhere else on the site. And then an optional one I sometimes like to put in here is the user maps. So you can tell what people are on your site and where they've come from. You don't have to put this on here, but this way you can see who has been on your site, what members and what visitors, and where they are from, and what URL they visited last. So it's called Visitor Maps and Who's Online. We'll do Visitor Maps. So here it is, visitor maps and who's online. We can install that one. This is an optional plugin. Okay, so those are the ones you need other than the membership plugin, which we're going to go into in the next video. But these are the essential ones. So let's go and set some of these up. Now, you'll see here, visitor maps needs to install a database. So just click on install now, and it'll go out and it'll download it for you. Creating the database now. And once that's done, that one's installed. Okay, now let's go to settings. And in here, you have your XML sitemap, which we will build later after we get some content on here. Exact PHP, you don't have to really set anything with that one. Headspace, we're going to use later within our posts. Email users. In here, you can just decide whether you want to set it out as HTML or plain text. You just set that to plain text. And that's really all you need to set in here. Okay, so you can save that. Now, all-in-one SEO. All we need to do here is enable it. Now, you can put your home page title in here. You can put the description in here. These are for search engines for your home page. The home page, in my case, is going to be my sales site as well. So I'm doing everything from this blog. Okay, and then keywords, whatever keywords in here. So think about what keywords you want to place in here. Okay, and then down here, all you have to do, you can either leave them as it is, or you can take the blog title off the back. It depends whether you want to leave the blog title on. If your blog title is search engine optimized, you can leave it on. So either take it off or leave it on. It's your choice. Okay, and that's all we need to do. So we update. Okay, and then the rest of these we're going to come back to later. Okay, so at this point we have all of the essential plugins put on here. In the next video, we're going to go over setting up the membership plugin. In this video, we're going to install and set up S2 Member, which is the heart of our site. Okay, so again, we're going to go to Add New, and then we'll do S2 Member. And install. And activate. Okay, now what we need to do is go down to the S2 Member tab down here. And we need to set a few things up. So if we go down to General Options here, in Deactivation Safeguards, make sure that you turn these on, and they're already set to that. It just protects any data that's in here. If you deactivate the plugin, it protects everything still. Okay, security encryption key. Now, what you can do here is just click auto generate and it puts in an encryption key for you there. Okay, we're not going to worry about this one or this one, so the localhost and security badge. Email configuration. Okay, this takes the email from the WordPress variables that you set up. So it takes the, remember when we installed it, we put an email address in, that's what it shows down here. So you can now change these if you want. You can change right now it says email from membership test, and from email address you can change as well. And then our support, we can change that down here for the link. Okay, there's a automatic mail that can be sent to new users. Okay, so you can say yes, and you can customize it here if you want. And new user notifications for administrators, you can click here to customize it as well. Okay, open registration. This means if you're going to have a free level, you can have one free level and up to 4 paid levels with S2 member. So if you want a free level, this is where you set it up. It's not a bad idea to have a free level. If you have some content that you want to give away for free, you can always try and upgrade people from that. In this demo, I'm going to leave the free option closed. Okay, membership level labels. So when you look in here, we have free, of course, level 0, which we're not using. Then we have level 1 is bronze, level 2 silver, level 3 gold, and level 4 platinum. Now we're only going to be building a 1 level membership in this example, so I'm just going to call level 1 gold. Okay, and then I'm just going to put some characters behind the gold member so we don't have it duplicated. And it's not going to matter because we're only going to use the 1 member level, so I don't have to change all of these. Now you can force the internals of WordPress to use your labels. So instead of subscriber or whatever, it'll use these labels. You can do that if you want. There's no need to. Login registration design. You can set up your own customized login form here. And you can use your own background image. Okay, I'm not going to get into these advanced things here. Those are things you can do on your own if you want. Okay, and then we have our footer design, so we can put a footer down there. Okay, now here you can add more fields to the registration if you want. So you can put in custom fields, and whether they need to be filled out or not, you can set them whichever way you like. Okay, so you can set those. Login welcome page. Okay, we need to have a few pages set up in here. We need a login welcome page, and we need some member pages, and we need the type of membership options pages. Okay, so let's just save these for now. And we'll go back and set up those pages in a second here. Okay, so let's go to pages now, and we're going to add new. And in here, we'll put membership options. Now you can make these better later, but for the time being, we can just put in placeholders. Okay, and then we can come back and fix this up later, but we do need this page in place right now. So we'll publish that. Okay, and then we can go back to S2 member, and we can go back to general options. And then we can go down to membership options page, and then we can pick that out of here. And save. Okay, and then we also need a login welcome page, and the same thing's going to apply. We need to set it up, and then we pick it out of here. So let's just open in a new tab here. Let's go back to pages, add new, and I'm going to right click and do open in a new tab, and we'll call this welcome to the members area. Right to the gold members area. And then, thanks for joining. And whatever other verbiage you want on here. Okay, so for now, we'll just publish that. Okay, and then back to this side. Okay, next we can go down to the member profile modifications. And in here, you can tell it whether you want to use WordPress's default method, or you can send them to a special standalone page here with only certain options on it. Okay, so you set that down here. So we can redirect to login welcome page. And then we can use a certain shortcode on there. And here it is up here. You'll see the S2 member profile. So we can copy this. And this is our member welcome page. So we can say you can update your profile here. And then paste in the shortcode. Okay, and then save all changes. So this is going to put the codes in line. Now, you saw there that you can also have it open in another window. You could have a custom page. Let's go back here. And so that's the shortcode. If you want a standalone, you can copy and paste this, and it'll open in a separate window. So if we were to go look at this page right now, need to update. Now if we look at this page, okay, so it says you can update your profile below, and there's all the profile fields. Okay, so if we edit this, instead of doing it that way, you could take this short code out and paste in the other code here. And it says it's already a complete link, so we can take this out. Actually, this is HTML, so make sure, let's cut this back out of here. Make sure in HTML mode, and then come back here and paste that in and update. Okay, now when we view the page, you see modify profile here. When we click on that, it opens up a separate window. Okay, so we have that done now. URL shorteners, you can just pick which one you want to use, tinyurl or the goo.gl, Google's URL shortener. And let's save all changes. Okay, now the next thing we're going to be setting up are the payment buttons and the content. And we're going to do that in the next video. Okay, now if we were to go look at our site now, you'll see that it shows all of our pages up on the top here. Now we may not want to do that. So what we can do is go to Pages and All Pages. Okay, and then let's get rid of this sample page that was put in here by our install. Now membership options we're going to want, we could also call this, since we only have one level, we could just say join now or join here or however you want to say it, because there's only one membership option on this particular example. So if it's a one level site, you might want to just say join, and if it's multiple levels, you could say membership options. Okay, now the welcome to the gold members area, we may not want to show that in the menus. So to do that, what you can do is go down to where it says down here page visibility. This is from WP Hide Post. Click Hide Everywhere, and then where it says Keep in Search Engines, you can unclick that. Now, over here we have the headspace, and you can go to Advanced here, and we didn't actually, there's one more thing we can add in here called Search Engine Spiders, and then we can set that. But first, let's update this here so that it's hidden from the bar. So if we go look at the site again, let's refresh here. Okay, so now we just have home and join here. Okay, now let's go back and let's go back to settings, and then let's go to headspace, and let's add the search engine robots in here. That'll keep the search engines from being able to crawl the pages. So let's go to page modules, and then down here you'll see meta robots. Just grab that and pull it up here, and then when we go back to pages again, we can make sure that the search engine robots can't get in here. So we can go down here to advanced, and then under meta robots we can check all of these boxes, and that'll keep everything out of the search engines on this page. Okay, now you see up here that the page is automatically guarded by S2 member. They can't actually get here anyways. So even if they find the page, it's going to send them to the join page before they'll be able to access it. But we're just going to hide it anyway. Okay, now what we need to do next is we need to set up a home page. Since I'm going to be selling off my site, I'm going to add a new page, and this would be my sales page. And I'm not going to go right in one, but this is where you'd put in your excellent sales copy for my site. Okay, and then publish. And then we need to set our home page, so go to settings and reading. And then we want to go a static page here, and the front page is going to be the sales page. Okay, we've now set up so that when people come to our site, they go directly to our sales page. Okay, and then another thing, we probably should have done this a little earlier, was discussion. And we should be turning off the comments. So allow people to post comments, allow link notifications, and attempt to notify. Turn all those off. And turn off email me whenever anyone posts a comment. And then here, click an administrator must always approve a comment, just to make sure none actually get on your site. Okay, if we had done that before, we wouldn't have the comment boxes on our pages that we have right now. If we go back here and we refresh now, okay, you'll see that we have a comment box on here. If we had to set that first, that wouldn't be here. So we have to go and edit the pages we put on here now and just uncheck the comments. So we go to all pages, and the join here, you can just go to quick edit, and then where it says allow comments, uncheck that, and then click update. Same with the sales page, quick edit, uncheck, update, and welcome to the gold members area, quick edit, uncheck, update. Now it won't do that on any of the extra pages that we add now. It's going to leave those out. Okay, so what we want to do now is we would start setting up our content pages. So we'd go content month 1. Okay, and then you tell about your content here. And then download link. Now this can be any content you want. You can embed videos or type your content in here. Whatever you want, you just put it in here. So this would be content month 1. What you do now is go over to where it says S2 member, and then we would have level 1 because we set level 1 as gold. And then we would hide this because we don't want these pages showing up. And we would go to the headspace and we would make sure they don't get indexed. Okay, so there's our first month of content. Okay, and then we'd add a new page again, month 2, and so on. And for however many months we're going to do it. So I'm showing you how to do a micro continuity site where people will join and then their membership runs out after X number of months. I'm going to say I'm going to just use 2 months. So I'm going to have a micro continuity site of 2 months. Okay, same thing again over to here, level 1 or higher. And then again, we need to protect it from the search engines. And down here, we need to hide it everywhere and publish. Okay, so at this point, we would have our content all ready to go. All we have to do is deliver it. Now, the next thing we're going to do is put a buy button on our download page. So what we do is we go over here to S2 member and we're going to go to the PayPal options. Okay, and then of course you got to put in your PayPal account details. And you can use the PayPal sandbox or you can use your live PayPal account here. Okay, now you can get all this information from your PayPal account, your API username, your API password, your API signature, and put that all in there. You can also set it to the sandbox here. If you want to use the developer sandbox, you click yes here, and then you can put your site in test mode. Now down here where it says enable button encryption, you can set this to yes if you're not going to use a micro continuity site. If you are, you need to leave it at no. And I'll show you why in a little while. And then down here where you want to use the logging routines. Okay, so I'm going to set this up for my sandbox. Basically, I'm going to put my email address in here for my PayPal sandbox. And then the API username and stuff. You can get all this from your PayPal account. And it shows you where to get it right here. See profile, API access, and then request API credentials. You just follow these links in your PayPal account, and then you copy that information into here. And that's all you do. Just set up your PayPal account. I'm just going to put my information in here from the sandbox. Okay, now you also need to make sure that you put in the PayPal IPN or Instant Payment Notification Integration. This makes your accounts get automatically activated and deactivated. So they'll automatically activate accounts when somebody signs up and pays, and it'll automatically deactivate them if they unsubscribe. Okay, so what you do is you go to your PayPal account. Okay, this is my sandbox account, but you need to go to Profile, and then you need to go to Payment Integration, or IPN, Instant Payment Notification. Here it is. Then you need to make sure it's activated. So you can edit the settings and make sure it's enabled, and then you put the IPN URL in here. If you already have this activated and another IPN URL in here, you don't need to put it in. But this needs to be on, and to be on, there has to be a URL in here. So, and as long as this is on and you have some URL in there, this is going to work. Okay, the next thing you need to do is put in payment data transfer. Okay, so again, you got to go to Account Profile, Website, Payment Preferences. I'll just do this in the sandbox since we're already here. Let's go back to Profile. Okay, then you go to Website Payment Preferences. And then in here, you got to make sure that Auto Return is on. You need to set the return URL here. And if there's already something in here, you don't have to put it in. But you are going to need to get the identity token. And then bring it in here and paste in the identity token. Okay, and just to be sure, payment data transfer must be on in here. Okay, and that's all you need here. Okay, now you have your standard sign-up confirmation email, the specific post confirmation email. You can change these if you want, or you can leave them. Now, the end of EOT behavior, this is when somebody's subscription has expired after they have unsubscribed. So if you enable the EOT system, which is the default by WP Cron, the site will automatically deactivate people's accounts as they are canceled. Okay, and here you can either have them demote or delete it. And then refunds, reversals. Refund reversals always trigger an immediate EOT action. That's probably what you want. Okay, and then this is for buy now transactions. It doesn't affect us in this case. It automatically extends the EOT time for those transactions. So let's save those changes. Okay, now at this point we can put a payment button on our page. So go to PayPal buttons. And then we want for level 1 access. Remember, level 1 is gold in our case, and that's the only one we're going to have. So here you could offer a trial and then the price here. So say we want to charge $9.95 monthly recurring. Now there's other ways you can do it in here: daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, and yearly recurring. We also have one-time subscriptions and one-time buy now buttons. Let's go with the monthly. Okay, and then down here, this is where you can change your checkout page style. If you have checkout pages in PayPal, you can use that here. Just put the parameter in there. This is your currency. Okay, and then down here our description. A gold member to my membership site or whatever. So put a description in there. Okay, custom capabilities, that's another function of S2 Member that we're not going to be using in this tutorial. Okay, we generate the button code. Okay, and what it does is it generates a short code for us. Now, if you don't want a micro-continuity site, you can just take this and paste the short code in there, and it will put the payment button on. Okay, so let's just open up a notepad session here, paste that in there for future reference for when we set up our button. Now, if you want a micro-continuity site, and we do, we want to use a 2-month billing cycle. So what we have to do is use the code down here, and we have to make 1 or 2 changes here. So what we'll do is So what we're going to do is we're going to paste that code in here. Now, a couple things what we need to change. We need to take out these comments. You'll see that anything with a line like this with the comment in here, take out any comments, because for some reason it tends to make the code not work. So we take these out. Okay, and then the only thing we need to change is this SRT parameter right here. That's the number of times it's going to bill. So we set up 2 months of content. I'm going to put 2 in there. So if you do 6 months, you'd put 6. Okay, so both of these work for payment buttons. Let's just grab all of this so I can show you. Okay, so there's our payment button, and the gateway is going to automatically work now as soon as we put those in. So we go back to pages, and then we go to the Join Now page. And let's edit that. Go to HTML. Okay, let's paste all of this in here. And we're going to end up with 2 payment buttons. The shortcode's going to create one, and the code that we put down here is going to create one. Okay, so let's update this. And let's view the page. Okay, so here is the shortcode. Now when we click on this, it's going to show us $9.95 per month. Period. Okay, so that's ongoing forever. And then this is our micro continuity button. And then you'll see here it says $9.95 for each month for 2 installments. You can either make it bill for the number of installments you want there, or you can make it bill until they cancel. Okay, so that's how you get the micro continuity part in there. Okay, now let's talk about setting up the drip feed. So to do that in S2 Member, just go down to where it says API scripting. Okay, and then in here you will see S2 Member content dripping. Go into here. Okay, and then there's some examples of code that we can use in here. We can just grab this out and then we can modify it. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just grab this code right here, and then we're going to go back to our home page. This is our members page. Let's go to all pages, and this is going to be in our welcome to the gold members area page. So when our members sign in, this is where we're going to put in this code. Now make sure you're in HTML mode again. And then let's just paste this down here. And then, okay, so what this is doing is it looks at their paid registration date, and if it's greater than or equal 30 days, they get the first bit here. If it's greater than or equal to 60 days, they get the second bit. And 90 days, they get the third bit, and so on. So you can just copy this and just change the number of days. Okay, so what we want to do here is change the greater than or equal to less than or equal, because as soon as they come in, we're going to want them to get access to the content. And then here, we're going to want greater than or equal to 30. Okay, so they're going to get initial content, and then the next month they're going to get the next bit of content. And that's all we need, because I'm only set this up for 2 months worth of billing. Okay, and then we can get rid of this. Now all we have to do now is put in the link to our month 1 content and month 2 content here. Okay, so we can go download first month's content. And then download second month content. Okay, and then all we have to do is put the URLs to those pages in here. Let's go to another tab here. Let's go to Pages. Then we'll grab Content Month 1. So we go to View here and we copy link location. This is Firefox. It's worded differently in other browsers. So download first month's content here, it should say, I guess. Or you don't have to put download. You could put C or whatever you want here, because you can put videos on those pages or anything you want. Okay, so go link, paste it in there, open in a new window, and add. Okay, and then back here and content month 2, copy link location, and paste that in there and add link. Okay, so that's how easy it is to drip feed our content. We update that. Okay, now as an admin, we would have access to the content here because we are less than or equal to 30 days, but we haven't been here greater than 30 days. Okay, so when we look at this, let's go look at the page, we should see the first month's content. And there it is, download the first month's content. It opens up month 1 page. Okay, so we know that that's all working now. Okay, at this point we have pretty much everything set up except for our theme. So the taking of payments and all of our pages and the drip feeding is all set up. So in the last video, I'm just going to go over how you can set up a decent theme just using Kubrick. Otherwise, you could have a custom theme created if you want, but the Kubrick theme enables you to customize it fairly well and put your own header in it. So we're going to talk about that in the next video. Okay, to wrap things up, we should talk about setting our site theme. Now, this isn't something you're going to want to use on a membership site, so you could have one created for you by somebody that can create a custom theme, or you can use one called Kubrick. Kubrick is the original theme that came with WordPress. And it's good because it is very flexible. So if we go to install themes and then we go to terms here and then we type in Kubrick and search. This is a Kubrick theme. Let's install it. And let's activate it. Okay, so if we go back here and refresh now, this is what our membership looks like now. Now it's still nothing to write home about, so what we need to do is go do some modifications. So let's go over to widgets, and then we're going to remove most of these, or not all of them. We'll leave the search on there. Okay, and we search in Meta. There's another plugin you can use called Custom Meta that allows you to take off the extra WordPress things off of here, and I would suggest putting that in there. Okay, so at this point we've updated that. Now let's go over to Custom Header. And what you can do here is you can change the colors of the header. Okay, so you can go ahead and if we wanted, for instance, to make the font color white, and then we want the upper color to be a, well, say we want the whole thing black. Okay, like that. So we could update the header. Okay, so what we could do is have an image created. Now, to do that, we need to replace this image with one of the same size. So if we go to View background image, and then we go to view image info, it'll tell us that it's 760 by 200. So we need to create a 760 by 200 header, and then all you do is you overwrite this one. And you can easily find that. If we go to an FTP program I have called FileZilla, you can download FileZilla. It's free. And then all you do is you go to where your site is, okay, and then go to WP Content, Themes, and then it's in default, and then in here, images, you'll see Kubrick header. All you have to do is have an image created and then rename it Kubrick header.jpg, and then just upload it and overwrite this one, and then your image will take the place of the header on your site. So right now the header looks like this. You can put your own custom header right there just by having one created the same size, renaming it Kubrick header.jpg, and uploading it. Okay, now we also, in this new theme I just put on here, we need to have the join link over here. I didn't put the pages on here, so let's go back in and go to dashboard and to appearance and widgets, and then we need to have the pages widget on there. Just put navigation and save. Okay, now let's go back and look. Okay, so join here and sales page, okay, which is what we're on now. Okay, now we're going to do a test. Now, of course, to do the test, we're going to have to log out because we're already a member, being the admin, and then we're going to go to the home page. And now we'll go through a test. Okay, so we go join here. Here we have our two payment buttons, either the continuity site or the micro continuity site for 2 months. Of course, you wouldn't put both buttons on the page. You're only going to want to run one or the other. Okay, so I'm going to test the micro continuity site. Okay, so here it is. Now, what we do is we just go through the usual process. You log in with your PayPal email address, and then you go through the checkout. Log on. Okay, and then there we are. So we agree and pay. And then this will take us to the registration process when it redirects us here. Okay, so now we register and we go through the registration process. So whatever you want to put your information in here. Okay, and then we click register and it's going to email us a password. And once we get that password, we're going to log in and it'll take us to the members area. Okay, so we just will go get the password and log in. Okay, so paste the password I just got in here. Let's log in. And here we are in the gold members area. Okay, and as you see, there is our first month's content. So we now know that the membership is working exactly as it should. Whenever anybody logs in, they're going to come straight to this members area and they can get their content from here. Okay, so that's it. That's how you set up your drip-fed membership site using all free resources.